your breakouts are not just breakouts, and face mapping can be a great tool to bring clarity as to what steps next you want to take in your holistic acne treatment. Alternative medicines have been using face mapping for a bajillion million years now, Ayurvedic medicine and traditional Chinese medicine just being two of those modalities. Stick around if you want to find out more about this tool, what your acne means on your face, and the pros and cons of it. Here are the timestamps, but stick around if you want a little intro from the kid, okay? If you are new here, hi and welcome. My name is Kat. I'm a Kat of Catalina's Classroom, and my sole purpose here for being on this platform, as well as my other platforms, is to help women transform their skin and heal their acne from the inside out using root cause holistic herbalism. I'm the founder of my Heal Your Skin From Within programs, where I make individualized approaches using holistic herbal medicine to best target your skin issues, your skin needs, and I really try to lay out a roadmap for you, not only to have brighter skin, but healthier, happier, more fulfilled days ahead of you. Now, if you're someone who's super struggling with your skin and you're running on a budget, I'm currently running a 25% off sale on my 1-month self-paced program. If you would like more information on this, you can go to the link down below in the information box, and I will have my discovery call box open there so you can book me. After you do that, come back to this video so we can keep doing this one-on-one thing, okay? If you're here, I can only assume that you are struggling with acne, and you by chance might be an adult, and no one prepares you to be an adult struggling with acne, because it's not something that people think is a real struggle. But acne really is both a visible and invisible issue, because one, literally there is something internally that is off and is coming out in the skin, but number two, acne literally rules your life. Trust me, I have canceled plans, I have canceled dates, I have literally not owned a backless dress up until like 2 years ago because of my skin. So if you can relate to any of those statements, I think it's safe to say that you found your people, and I feel you. Just want to take a minute to say I feel you so hard. I see you, and it's not just in your head, and it's not you being dramatic about your skin. It is absolutely debilitating to feel that who you are in the inside isn't matching up with what is being shown to the world. And I really hope that everything that you find here on this channel and my other channels / platforms can really offer you some support during this time, because I know it's hard and I know it gets lonely. So welcome, and let's get into it. My resources today are going to be coming from 3 places and 3 places only. Number 1 is the School of Evolutionary Herbalism and their Vitalist program, who I am currently studying under. Number 2, my own experiences with acne and with the patterns I noticed with my own skin. And number 3, the patterns that I have noticed with my clients and working with them one-on-one. Okay, so I grouped the timestamps by the location of the acne, but a lot of the, at least for this half, the next 3 locations are going to be all the large intestine. So the forehead, as well as the eyeline right here, the eyeline, and then the area from the bridge of your nose down under your cheekbone all the way to your jaw, this is all ruled by the large intestine. So when we see acne here, generally the main issue or the biggest issue is going to be constipation. This person is either not excreting every day, or they're fluctuating between going maybe once a day and then not going for the next 1 or 2 days. The next area moving down are the temples. Now the temples are governed by the liver and the gallbladder, and here if we see dry skin as well as patches of pimples, there is usually an issue with bile production, and bile is our body's natural laxative. So here we're also going to see constipation. Constipation is a huge thing when it comes to acne. So if it sounds like I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. I think a lot of what I do is repeating myself because it really does come down to how well you're eliminating. Now, besides the temples, now we also have the cheek area. The cheek area is something that is a little bit more nuanced. So for instance, if I see things like pimples that are red and raised, pustules, I will often make the connection to something like gut dysbiosis or food allergies. Whereas if I see chronic cystic acne, I will make the connection to say, oh, that is a hormonal issue. However, hormonal issues are not just hormonal issues, they are almost always digestive issues that build up into hormonal issues. They both go hand in hand. So this area, I feel, is a very dependent on who the person is and how well they know their skin. They would be able to make a better more accurate decision. So this area can be up in the air. Now for jawline, this is the area that I see to be the most consistent, not only in myself but in my clients, is that almost always the jawline is hormonal. It can happen before menses, or it can just be an outstanding hormonal issue. Usually, most of the times it's PCOS, and PCOS is a lot more common than people think. You actually don't need to develop cysts to have a case of PCOS because it is a metabolic issue. There's insulin resistance is a huge thing to do with PCOS. Now moving on to the chin. The chin is also a pretty consistent area where it aligns with both me and my clients is menses. Usually women will break out on their chin a week or a couple days before their period is bound to come. Pro number one is that it can further the connection with your body. So having an idea of where a breakout happens gives you a better understanding of what steps you would, or what organ systems you would need to support in order to help your skin heal. That's great. However, there's a duality to that, which brings us to my first con, is that it can become obsessive for people. So just having a face map, a lot of people will be looking at their skin every day like, oh, there's one in the kidney area, I have to drink gallons of freaking cranberry juice, or I gotta take some freaking slippery elm. And I think that while it's great that it can further the connection, I also don't believe that it is something that it should be used on a daily basis. I think that it can be very harmful. Maybe useful in an initial assessment to get a general read on what's going on the person's face and internally, but it is there's a little bit of a tipping point with that. On number two, because I only had one pro, is that face mapping can lead to an allopathic approach of your skin. So let's say that you're breaking out on your jawline and this is hormonal. Now, if your instinct is to macrodose spearmint tea and take a bunch of hormonal multivitamins, that's not the best approach, because hormonal issues are deeply intertwined and interconnected, usually 9 times out of 10, with digestive issues as well. It's no surprise that with women who I know have or are experiencing PCOS, also are experiencing things like parasites, candidal overgrowth, SIBO. So just looking at your face and saying, okay, I just need to take a bunch of chasteberry and my skin will clear up, is not the approach that we want. And I feel that if someone is relying too heavily on face mapping, it can turn into this type of approach, which isn't going to be helpful. And con number 3, because like I said, I don't have any other pros, is that there are so many conflicting maps. I have been doing this holistic acne shit for literally almost 3 years now, and just looking at all the face maps out there, I was drowning. I was literally so overwhelmed. So I can't imagine what someone who's just stepping into this universe of information is gonna feel either. And it's that instance or that situation where I don't know which one to listen to. Any of these could be correct, any of these could be right. And it is just really confusing, I think. I was confused doing this research. Like, there's face maps for Ayurveda, there's face maps for traditional Chinese medicine, there's face maps for acupressure. So it's like, where does the truth lie? And that brings me to my last point. Our pros and cons list is over. Really, the answer that you guys are not gonna like, or maybe you're gonna feel a little bit more validated or reaffirmed, is that you just have to listen to your own body. You are bio-individual. You may have some similarities in what holistic medicine presents, but you have to remember that you are unique, and it's okay if you notice that, oh, okay, for me, my hormonal breakouts happen on my neck or on my cheeks up here, and that's fine as long as you're able to discern that for yourself. Really, what it comes down to is being able to listen to your own body and listen to the messages that it tells you, and regardless of whether or not it matches with some Pinterest board face map, doesn't matter. While I think that this is a great tool for practitioners to use, like I said initially, I think personally, from a practitioner point of view, there are a lot more markers of health that would help me understand what the root cause of your acne experience is. Knowing how often you poop, knowing how your periods are, if they are heavy, if they are light, if you even have periods, and things even like tongue diagnosis or tongue analyzation, I guess you could say, are a lot more helpful in my opinion. Face mapping is great for a more general read, but there are other ways to get more accurate answers, I feel. Well, that is the video for today. I'm really happy to be back on YouTube and in front of the camera. I was avoiding it for so long, and I know that I owe you guys that herbalist FAQ video still, but yeah, you're gonna be waiting for probably a long time. I have actually also started a Patreon, so I will leave that down below. The people who I think would benefit most from there, and if it fits you, go on and sign up, is people who want to work with me one-on-one but might not be able to afford it, as well as any estheticians or holistic skin healers who want to learn how to better support their clients' bodies while they're healing their skin from the outside and also getting in internally, as well as any budding herbalists out there. If you are not resonating with the teachings of the current crowd out in the ethers of the internet ethers and in the books, and you like the way that I talk, you like the way that I walk, I would 100% advise you to sign up for my Patreon. I will be doing more, like, not one-on-one, but more webinars and more opportunities for people to have some form of like face-to-face time with me, because it's really hard to do it over Instagram DMs. It's very vague, and I want to do more things like Q&As and master classes and really offer a space where people feel like they're being cared for while also making it affordable and of course ethical. So if that interests you, definitely check that out down below. You can follow me on Instagram at Catalina's Classroom, and on TikTok, even though TikTok makes me sad and scares me quite a bit. You guys are very mean on there. But it's a dope platform. It just makes my soul frown when I log on. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this. Go work your magic down below, and I will talk to you guys later. Leave me any comments on what other topics or questions that you might have. I'm going to be doing videos a lot more often now, so I'm very excited to give you guys some answers and to help you out, because I really wish that when I was struggling with acne at its worst, that there was somebody who was making these videos for me too. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.